guys. Alright, so first recording didn't work, so let's do this again. Alright, guys, sorry for the delay in the videos not being uploading. I've been dealing with some personal stuff. I've had a real see you next Tuesday boss at work. She's now been transferred. Everything's back to being good. Also, the news just kind of gets a little depressing, talking about riots all the time. I'm sorry, but it is. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about the globalist agenda, and I don't want to talk about, you know, protesters getting arrested in Melbourne. It's depressing because we warned so many people it was going down this route, and people didn't listen. So now, welcome to your Llewellyn hellscape. Enjoy your stay. But regardless, we do have some interesting news that I do want to talk about. I want to talk about Joe Biden debating Donald Trump on the Joe Rogan podcast. That's right, Joe Rogan hosting the show with Joe Biden and Donald Trump debating each other for 4 hours. We're going to go through, we're going to have a look at the original clip, which is up here, which is, by the way, 2 hours and 22 seconds, if you want to play along. And it's actually a really good interview with Tim Kennedy. And we're going to look at Joe Rogan's reaction, Donald Trump's reaction, and whether or not I think this is actually going to happen. So, let's hit it.
You have to practice. Yeah, maybe. Instead, Trump has so far chosen to prepare through informal discussions with key allies and with briefings from top officials in his administration on various topics that will likely come up, that are likely to come up, these people said.
Now, what we're talking about there, they're talking about Joe Rogan, they're talking about Donald Trump not practicing for these debates. I think that's a mistake. I really, really do. Trump, you need to practice. Don't get complacent. The Republicans, they do this. They get complacent. They're in the lead, or they look like they're going to win, and they lay down and have a nap, and the Democrats breeze past. They're going to try and cheat this election. It is going to be closer than we thought because they're going to try and rig the postal vote. Trump needs to win in a landslide. Because otherwise, we're going to hear about it for the next 4 years about how the Democrats were rigged out of the election. He needs to comfortably win it so that even if they turn around and say Trump cheated with the postal votes, even though it was their system, their idea, we can turn around and say he breezed it in. He needs to win like he did with Hillary Clinton. Now, that said, let's look at this. So, let's watch this.
Would you do a debate?
Would I?
Yeah, if like, another problem I have with...
If I had to do a debate?
No, not you debating somebody.
I'd prepare like a motherfucker.
I know you would. You'd be fun to watch. But you be the control mechanism to the candidates, like a Biden-Trump debate with Joe Rogan hosting. Your questions.
I would want that. First of all, I'd want no one else in the room.
Just the
three
people?
of us.
Cameras so we can record the...
yeah, just the three of us. And you would have to stream it live so no one can edit it. Nope. And I would want them in there for hours.
And ideas. We get to hear what they actually believe in, what they're going to do, who they're going to appoint, what judges are going to be coming in, what policies from gun control to all of it.
Yes.
Why can't we have that?
We should have that. This is 2020. I mean, we have the ability to have that. We're not talking about 1979. We're talking about 2020. If they wanted to do that, they both wanted to come here in Austin, sit down, and have a debate, I would 100% do it.
My God.
I would 100% do it.
It'd be amazing.
It would be the best way to find out, but I don't think that Biden can handle it. I think Biden is like, people get mad at me for saying this. I think there's something wrong, and I don't think there's something wrong because I'm guessing or because I'm pro-Trump. I've seen him fall apart. I've seen him
just talking.
He's had multiple brain surgeries.
Yeah.
This is him saying. I sent you that thing yesterday, right? Look at this. This is something. I mean, I'm not.
Now they're going to get onto the whole Biden medical situation and everything like that, right? And it's sort of loosely tied to it. And look, obviously, if you want to talk about that, we can in another video, but that's not the reason for this video. So, Joe Rogan has said that. Joe Rogan is like, yes, we will do this debate. Get him here, it's on. And guess what? Trump has said yes. Don't get too excited. I'm telling you now, this ain't gonna happen. But let's get to that in a sec. Trump jumps on offer to have Joe Rogan moderate a debate with Joe Biden. President Donald Trump on Monday jumped on an offer from mixed martial arts commentator and Spotify podcast host Joe Rogan to moderate a 4-hour debate with former Vice President Joe Biden. I do, Trump responded on Twitter, a post from Tim Kennedy, a retired MMA fighter. On my podcast with Joe Rogan, he offered to moderate a debate with Joe Biden and the real Donald Trump. It would be 4 hours with no live audience, just the two candidates' cameras and their vision on how to move this country forward. Who wants this? Kennedy said in a tweet, and that's when Trump said, I do. Rogan and Kennedy were discussing the debates on Sunday and the podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, which, by the way, one of the highest podcasts in the world. But anyway. Rogan said that to avoid the bias in the media, he'll happy to moderate a debate between Biden and Trump. First of all, I want no one else in the room, but we already know what he said because we just listened to it. So, Trump is like, yes, let's do this. Let's go. Let's do this, baby. And the media is coming for Joe Biden. Forget Joe Rogan. There are 3 reasons why Joe Biden shouldn't debate Trump at all. Does anybody actually think this debate's going to happen? No. I'll tell you now. The media is going to work overtime to discredit Joe Rogan, the debates. They're going to try and blame everything they can to say that this should not happen. They'll go through and they'll claim COVID if they have to. They will do whatever it takes to make sure that Joe Biden is not alone in a room with the real Donald Trump for 4 hours. Because he can't handle it. Joe Rogan would crack. He would crack like a porcelain doll being dropped from a balcony. He is not able to do this. And for him to do this, that they would have to pump some serious Alzheimer's medication into him. Like they said in the show, he's had multiple brain surgeries. Look, this is no slight on Joe Biden, right? He's 70-something. Good on him. He's lived a long life. He should be out on the balcony on his porch with a shotgun, saying to kids who walk past, get off my lawn. Right? That's what Joe should be doing, not running the country. Trump, on the other hand, look, Trump's mentally found. Right? He's fine. Joe Biden, man's a little crazy. But let's face it, Joe Biden is a puppet, so they want him to win. Right? But regardless, Joe Biden will just sign whatever the military puts in front of him, which includes bombs. So, not debate Trump at all, because they know that Trump is going to eviscerate him. This is going to be a bloodbath. But anyway, television presidential debates have been a fixture of modern president campaigns since the dawn of television. In addition to giving insight into views and styles, they often give us some of the most memorable moments in the presidential campaign. So if they've been a fixture since the dawn of TV, why are we suddenly changing them this year? Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Biden has almost nothing to gain by debating Trump. Really? Because at the moment he seems to be losing ground to Trump. While Biden is hiding in his basement, Trump is actually gaining the lead in the fixed polls, mind you. in the polls that are rigged against Trump, Trump is gaining ground. So, Remember the polls last time they had a presidential election? Hillary Clinton versus Trump. How did they go? Trump has almost never truthful, says the lying mainstream media. The debaters would inevitably be speckled over substance. The debates would inevitably be speckled over substance. What? Trump famously made the debates about showmanship than substance from the bragging accusers of Bill Clinton in the audience. Didn't the Democrats do this during the inauguration and stuff? But regardless, some event that Trump was it his presidential speech. One of the addresses of State of the Union, I think it was, they actually put some of the accusers in the audience. And that was the Democrats that did it. So, you're kind of arguing against your own team here. Famously stalking the stage around his rival? No, she actually did that to him. Hillary Clinton, Trump used the debates to craft a reality television narrative, blah, 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 whatever. Look, to be honest, these excuses, they don't hold water. I'm surprised they haven't broken out COVID, but they probably realised everybody's sick of that. But you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of this over the next few days. The media is going to work so goddamn hard to make sure that Trump does not debate Biden, even in a biased situation, let alone Joe Rogan hosting it, because they would have no control. They would have no control over the video. They would have no control over the questions. They would have no control over Biden's responses. And they know that he would gaffe. He wouldn't be able to use his teleprompter. He would crack like a porcelain doll. And for 4 hours? He wouldn't even last an hour without looking like a moron. So there's no way this is going to happen. I'm telling you now, there's no way this happens under these conditions. It's a shame. I would love to see it happening. I would live stream the shizzle out of that. Even if I got a community guidelines strike, I would still live stream it. But guys, look, I hate to tell you, Biden's never going to agree to this. His handlers are never going to agree to this. And it's a shame because Biden needs to do this sort of stuff. He needs to shed this whole, I'm not crazy, sort of narrative that's going around at the moment. Whether you believe the narrative or not, it's regardless. That's what the Republicans are saying. Look at Joe Biden. He's confusing his sister and his mother, his sister and his wife. Look at Joe Biden. He's forgetting what town he's in. Look at Joe Biden. He's weekend at Bernie's. And look, I agree with the Republicans on this. But if Biden wants to win this election, he needs to lose that. He needs to come out and show that he's not crazy. Or that he's not losing his faculties. And the best way to do that would be with Joe Rogan. But the problem is, he's losing his faculties, so they won't do it. But, I don't know, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think this will happen? Would you like to see this happening? Let me know what those thoughts are in that comment section below, and we'll have a debate about it. Like people used to. Apart from that, guys, obviously this video has been helpful. Please smack that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I will see you tomorrow. We're going to talk about police brutality in Victoria. I was going to cover it today, but I want more facts. I want to see the full footage, and I'm going to do some research on it. But yeah, there was a incident. I've tweeted out the video already, so you might see that. But I want the full context before I talk about it. Apart from that, guys, have a great night. See you tomorrow. Enjoy yourselves. And guys, retweet that post from Tim Kennedy, because I want to see Joe Biden debate Trump. I want to be proven wrong on this. But I'm telling you now, the mainstream media, they will not handle it. Because also, they will not get anything out of it. CNN, MSNBC, all these sort of guys, they will not get the rights to it. It's going to be put up on YouTube or Spotify. And they will not have that either. But guys, apart from that, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow night. Talk to you later.